Hey, how's everything going? This is Mr. Moore. This is going to be walking through stick licks, giving you something to practice on over the break. First off, you will need to know that even though this looks like my left hand, this is actually my right hand. So when I play 5 right hand notes, which you could do with me right now, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That you'll be playing with the same hand I'm playing with. If we play the 4 left hand notes, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you'll be playing the same hands and matching the same hands as me. Alright, let's start with what we've already learned in class, and that's the very beginning measure, measure 1. Right now we're going around this speed. And let's just play the first line together. First line. 2, ready, and go. Left hand. Now flame taps. And stop. Okay, let's do that one more time. Ready, and go. Flame taps. Good job. All right, so that's line 1. We're going to move on to line 2. Line 2 is starting on measure 4. Do you see measure 4 on your paper? Okay. There's a little tiny 4 above the second line. I can show it to you here. Okay. Now it's going to look really strange here, but measure 4 is right there. Hopefully remember paradiddles, right, left, left, left. And so we're going to start with that measure and then keep going. Okay, this is line 2. Ready, and go. Paradiddle, paradiddle, 8th note, 8th note. Click, rim, drum, rim. Click, rim, drum, rim. Click, rim, drum, rim. Click, rim, fortite. My pad almost fell off there. Alright, hopefully we did that well. Let's try it again. Ready, and go. And paradiddle, paradiddle, 8th note, 8th note. And that's line 2. Now I'm sitting down just because the camera is weird. I can only get such an angle. Make sure you're standing up when you're practicing this. Good heights, good technique. I know my arms look really high. Please forgive me for that. Okay, let's move on to line 3. Alright, line 3, we're starting on measure 7. And just count it with me really quick. I have some triplets later on we have not seen, but when we get to those, you'll see what it looks like. Okay, so looking along, again, look at your paper, not mine. This will just help with how we're starting. We're starting on line 7, where you have rim, 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 drum, rim, 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 drum, rim. Okay, so let's count it along at 7. Ready, and go. 1 E and a 2 te, te 4 te, 1 E and a 2 te, te 4. Now we're stopping at measure 9 there. There's a repeat sign, and we will talk about that later, but what happens when you get to measure 9 the first time is you go back to measure 5, where the repeat sign starts. Okay? The repeat sign, I'll circle it on my paper really quick, is here at measure 5. This is where it starts. So you'll start playing at measure 5. You'll stop at 9. You'll go back up to 5. Okay, and we'll talk about that more when we come back from the break. Okay, moving on. Measure 9. We have 8th notes that have a 3 over them. Now these are called triplets. We haven't really got to talk about them yet, but all you need to know is we count them 1, la, li. Okay, so in measure 9, look where the little 9 is, right after the repeat sign. We say 1 la li 2, 3 la li 4. Now you can say it along with me right now if you want to, even though I have no way to tell. Ready, go. 1 la li 2, 3 la li 4. Okay, so with playing all that, let's look at measure 7. And again, the first time if you just want to watch, follow along, and then maybe the second time join in, and you could always rewind and just play it over and over again. Here's measure 7. Ready, and go. And 1 E and a drum, rim, rim, drum, rim. And then we're going to keep going to measure 9. 1 la li 2, 3 la li 4. Good. We'll move on to line 4 now. Alright, we're now on line 4, which is measure 10. Now we have what looks like 16 notes, but they have a 6 over them. That's called a sixlet. Again, another thing that we haven't got the chance to cover yet, but we're talking about it now over Thanksgiving break, which is awesome that you're watching this video over Thanksgiving break and practicing. It's great. So measure 10, we have a sixlet. A sixlet is pretty much just two really fast triplets. So instead of 1 la li, 2 la li, 3, we say 1 la li and la li 2. Now it's kind of weird to say. Pretty much you just play 6 notes with the 7th note being the tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tap. Okay. Now what's cool is if you look back at measure 9, the first 2 beats you play, 1 la li 2, you're going to play the same right hand pattern, but you're just going to fill in the lefts in the spaces of the rights. 1 la li 2. 1 la li 2. So try that with me. Ready? And go. 1 la li 2. Digga 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 2. 1 la li 2. Digga 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 2. Okay? So when we look at measure 10, we have a sixlet on the drum and then a sixlet on the rim. Okay, so now look back with me at measure 9, and let's play measure 9 and 10 together. So your right hand is actually going to play the same thing in measure 9 as it plays in measure 10. Ready, and 1 la li 2, 1 la li 2, measure 10, 1 la li 2, 1 la li 2. Try it with me. Ready, 9, 1 la li 2, 1 la li 2, 1 la li 2, 1 la li 2. Good. Now, if we look at measure 11 and 12, which is the rest of line 4, all those things you've already played. So this should be something that we can just, in theory, play through. Okay. So we have our flam taps again, flam tap, and then we have 4 paradiddles. Paradiddle, 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 and then we end with 3, and then a left flam, right flam. So if we count from measure 11, we should say this: 1 te, 2 te, 3 e and a, 4 e and a, 1 e and a, 2 e and a, 3 and 4. Okay, playing it. Let's go a little slower. Ready and go. Flam tap, paradiddle, 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 3 and 4. Okay, try it with me. Starting at measure 10. So we're starting with 1 la li 2, 3 la li 4, flam tap, and so on. Okay, here we go. Measure 10. Ready and go. 1 la li 2, 3 la li 4, flam tap, paradiddle, 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 and flam. Good. Let's move on to measure 5. Line 5. Now, line 5, which is starting on measure 13, we always kind of use as like a solo measure. So, if you're able to play line 5, then you get to play. But if you think line 5 is too hard for you, or you're not quite to that ability yet, that's okay. We actually have another part that we show everybody there. So, line 5, I'm just going to play it. And if you want to try to learn it just by playing along with me, that is awesome. And then when we come back from break, we'll see who can play it, and those will be the people that get to play the solo, or soli since it's multiple people. Okay, here's measure 13. I'll play it once, we'll count it, I'll play it again. 13, go. And we'll stop right there. Okay, now counting wise, we have 1 and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a 1 and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a 1 and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a. Okay, and we're stopping right there. Now what we'll do is let's go ahead and add the next measure, measure 16. And measure 16 sounds like this: 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a. And then we repeat again back to 13. So we have another repeat sign. So if you want to play along with me, and again, this might be a part that you want to just keep rewinding back and back and back, and working on. Okay, here's 13, and we're going from 13 to 16, and we'll play it twice. Ready and go. Repeat. And then we stop with a downbeat of 17. All right, 17 we're going to look at in class because we're going to kind of do something different there. So the next thing we'll do is go to line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is what we worked on before the break. All right, line 7. So here we go. We got our double clicks going on. Ready and go. Click, click, rim, rim, drum, drum, rim, rim. Click, click, rim, rim, drum, drum, rim, rim. Click, rim, drum, rim. Click, rim, drum, rim, rim. We end on rim. Sorry, my pack keeps falling off here. Okay, let's do that one more time. Ready and go. Click, click, left, left, right, right, left, left. Left, left, right, right, left, left. Left, right, left. Left, right, left, rim on the right hand is where we end, okay? And that's line 19. And again, all these lines, just keep rewinding back until you get them. And you don't have to do it all in one day. Like, don't sit at the computer for 3 hours. But, you know, just spend a little bit of time each day on this stuff. All right, we're going to measure 22, which is line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The second line from the bottom. Okay, now measure 2, we kind of flip around the fast clicks when we get to 23 and 24, and I'll show you how that goes. It'll sound kind of like a hoedown almost. But 22 is a measure that we've already kind of played. Rim, 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 drum, rim, 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 drum, rim. Now, when we get to 23, we do opposite, and we do the drum first, rim second, click third. So it's drum, rim, click, rim. Sorry, let me try that again. Oh, no, I said it right. Drum, rim, click, rim, drum. Okay? Now, these go fast, and you play it 3 times, and then you kind of just go drum, rim, drum, rim. So look at 23. Try to just say the things along with me. Ready, go. Drum, rim, click, rim, drum, rim, click, rim, drum, rim, click, rim, drum, rim, drum, rim. Now that's all measure 23, okay? Let's try to play it together. Ready, and go. Drum, rim, click, rim, drum, rim, click, rim, drum, rim, click, rim, drum, rim, drum, rim. Stop on the drum. Okay, and so you're going to do that twice, and eventually you're going to work up the speed. So let's do 23 and 24 together. We're going 1 E and 2 E and ready and go and. And stop. And that it takes us to the very last line, 25. Again, rewind a few times. Work on just making sure that you've got that perfect. Actually, don't rewind. Let's do all of line 7 or the last bottom line, second to last line together. 22. Sorry, measure 22. And ready and go and. Good. Now, we're going to go on to the last line, and then we're going to start trying to play it all the way through. All right, this is straight through stick licks. I have my metronome on. Now, I have a really fancy one. You can find these like online, just metronome.com, or download apps on your phones, or just watch the clock tick if you want. No, I'm just kidding. But right now I have my metronome at 84, and we're going to play through the whole thing at 84. Now when we get to measure 17, which is the measure I said that we'll skip, I'll go ahead and play it. But again, don't worry too much about measure 17 and 18 right now. Okay, here we go from the beginning. And 1, 2, beginning, and go. Then we'll repeat back to measure 5. One lolly 2, measure 10, measure 11. Here's 13. Repeat. Sorry, I had to fix my pad. Here's measure 17 right here. Measure 19. Stomp, stomp. So that's the whole thing. Alright, so work on it. Now, if you can't play it that fast, that's okay. Slow it down. Alright, like for example, a good practicing tempo is 70. Okay, here's some 70 right here. Ready, and go. So you can see how 70 is even better because it's slower, right? So turn your metronome on and practice any tempo you want. Rewind to any part of this lesson. I'll try to put in which lines on the thing. That's what I'm saying it now because I probably already did that, like in the future. Anyways, all right, cool. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Practice, practice, practice. And then we'll talk about these video lessons, and if they're helpful, we might start doing this a little more. All right, have a great Thanksgiving.